way to a more productive, more inspired, more joyful life is getting enough sleep.
Hey guys, it's Boba, and today we are going to talk about the most productive thing you can do when you're busy as heck. During the 1 month, I did a lot of things. I had school, where I had lab work and I had clinics, admin stuff for the clinics also. So I had to find patients, I had to organize patients, like when they can come in for their sessions. And then there's a paperwork to do, and then also I had to prepare for my tests, which is the main reason why I took the break in the first place. I said studying. I had to maintain my fitness as well. So I've been doing splits. I've been not doing splits. I've been trying to do splits. I've been trying to get my handstands. I've also been working a bit on improving myself. I've been reading books like Millionaire Fast Lane, Never Split the Difference. As a break from my studying, I've been playing the guitar. And I learned to play one of my favorite Chinese songs, An Jing by Jay Chou. I hope my singing is good. So when people talk about being productive nowadays, it tends to be focused on how much things you can do. So by this definition, I guess you could say that my 1 month was productive because I did a lot of things. Actually, upon entering university, there was this sudden wave and sudden movement about hustle culture. You snooze, you lose, and people were all about like getting a lot of stuff done. So they all stay up late and get as much done as they can. But I feel like I didn't follow this modern definition of being productive. If I were to sleep late and not even sleep late, sleep less and have to study the next day, I'm definitely not going to get any good studying done. So what actually allowed me to be this productive is mainly about being consistent, and then another behavior which is overlooked by this modern definition, which is getting enough sleep. So I've always been doing things on a consistent basis, but sleep really brought it up another level. And I felt that's what allowed me to really be productive. I'll talk about consistency another time, but for today, let's hit the hay.
So I was actually surprised to find out that the many benefits that I felt from sleeping more were actually backed by sleep research. So this includes better attention, better focus, feeling great, more alive, and hating myself less. Hopefully, if I can carry this habit back into dental school, and I'll stop doing the head bob thing during lectures where I try to keep myself awake like that. So all this sleep research represented in this TED Talk video by Dr. Matthew Carter, where he brings up other benefits as well, such as more growth hormones, a stronger immune system, the control of your blood pressure, and also other physiological and psychological effects, such as athletes improving more, students becoming more creative.
How many people would take a pill that caused muscle growth, bone growth, and fat metabolism? If there was a company that sold this pill, they would make billions of dollars. And I imagine most consumers would pay a lot for this. And yet we get it for free when we're sleeping.
Maybe if I had slept more, I would have become taller. I should listen to my parents. In this video, he also mentioned that people who have more sleep also tend to have a well-balanced day and better productivity and time management. So he also brings about this idea of a reinforcing cycle where you have good, sufficient sleep that allows you to become more productive, and being more productive allows you to do more work, which allows you to get more sleep in. This is contrary to the vicious cycle of sleeping less and less because people trying to squeeze more work in before they sleep into their sleep schedule, and as a result they sleep less. So to put it simply, as Dr. Matthew Carter mentioned in his TED Talk,
the people who don't get enough sleep because they'd like to accomplish more during the day actually find that they're more productive when they get more sleep and not less productive, because even though they're not awake as long, they're much more productive when they've gotten enough sleep.
So these are just screenshots of other research that shows that sleeping more brings about more productivity. In the TED Talk video, it was brought up that not sleeping enough has the same detrimental effects as eating too much junk food or smoking. So imagine bragging to your friends that you eat so much junk food every day, or you smoke a lot. So that's essentially what you're doing if you're bragging that you sleep less. And so how do you sleep more? So in my opinion, sleeping more is just another habit that we have to consciously build. So as detailed by Charles Duhigg in his best-selling book, The Power of Habit, a habit is a cue, followed by a routine, followed by a reward, all linked together in one cycle. So the cue, or what triggers this habit to sleep more, is that basically when I'm feeling tired. So the routine I do is to just put all the work I have aside and just go to take a nap or go and have my good night's sleep. And my reward is actually waking up after that feeling more alive, or feeling more productive, and getting more stuff done, and having more time to sleep. So this is my habit cycle, in my opinion. So let me give you an example of how I apply this to my life. Imagine you have an hour of work to do, and you come back from school tired. So if you are tired, you may end up spending 2 hours or more on this 1 hour of work because you procrastinate, or you get distracted going onto TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube to watch videos like this. Or you just think slower in general. But if you had just taken a 30-minute nap before starting on the 1 hour of work, usually you'll get that 1 hour of work done within that 1 hour, and you have essentially saved 30 minutes of your time. So now extrapolate this to the many things or the many longer tasks you have to do in your busy schedule. If you think about it, you will have saved so much more time and you have completed so many more things. So that's how much more productive you can actually be if you had enough sleep. It's this reinforcing cycle that helps build this habit as well. Okay, so some tips I can offer is to avoid using your phone excessively right before you sleep. So it's quite tempting to lie down on your bed and scroll through Instagram and TikTok. But that actually releases dopamines in your brain that causes you to be more awake and as a result sleep less. So how much sleep is enough? To put it simply, if you wake up feeling tired, you probably have not had enough sleep. So go back to sleep. The Happiness Lab podcast also talks about having more sleep. They do provide some tips on how to sleep right as well in their New Year mini-series episode 4. Alright guys, that's the end of this video. I created this video because from my personal experience and observing my friends, I feel that sleep is something that has been greatly underestimated and missed out on, even after trying to increase my productivity and follow productivity advice. Sleep is hardly mentioned at all. So if you have learned something from this video, or this video has helped you become more productive, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate it. I hope to drop more videos like this as well. Also, if you have any suggestions or any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Alright, that's all. I'm going to take my leave to go and sleep.